My name is Brittany McGuire. I'm one of the storm patrollers here for the Save the Redwoods and for NPS.
My name's Jeanette Parsons, also on storm patrol. We both normally work for the trail crew for Redwood National Park. First season as storm patrollers and out here making sure the plumbing's working. So after 35 plus years since we've had the acquisition to expand the boundary of Redwood National Park, Save the Redwoods League was very passionate about getting it started and getting it off the ground, making sure that these roads are maintained, that these roads are, cared for, so we're not seeing the, degradation, the sediment being pumped into the creeks, affecting not only the fish and the animals, but, affecting our landscape. And so we've had this opportunity to come out here and start the program. Most of the roads we have in Redwood National Park are old logging roads from when this land was owned by logging companies and it was part of the expansion in '78. And so they're old logging roads that have now become ours, and so there are upkeep and our maintenance now from what we got and from the second growth that's all behind us. So to build roads and stuff like that, you need to basically fill in the natural stream channel. So what they would do to divert the waters, they put culverts in, and then they would build up the fill to make your road. So you don't have too much of a dip in a road. It's nice and flat. You can have large logging trucks coming through. So all of this stuff that you see in the stream channel is all rock and road fill that was brought in by the logging companies to make the road. Well, the problem with this is this isn't natural. The road here, this is all fill, this is brought in gravel, this is brought in sediment. So upstream, if we have maybe some logging roads that aren't necessarily haven't been rehabbed or still there, you get the sediment gradually coming through. With something like this, if you have a big failure of all of this sediment that's not naturally in this landscape, you're gonna get it all sent down. So plugging up streams, you're gonna send natural streams underground because you'll have all this sediment on top, and then definitely it flushes down into the major creeks where we have salmon, and then you'll get a lot of small sediment, which fish don't like. They don't like to red or lay their eggs in. They like more pebbly diversity. And also, like, if this were to go, it wouldn't necessarily just be a little stream of where the culvert would go. It could be it could be where this whole swale is that we have here. So it could be this whole valley that the fill will go out of. So that could be 10,000 cubic yards of dirt, not knowing how much fill is in here, but it could be substantial.
Especially when it all goes, if it does happen, and if it does all happen at once, like that huge influence of that huge amount of fill all at once is really different than getting a little bit of sediment over a long time.
Yeah.
One of the cool features about being a Save the Redwoods League employee is the opportunity for Jeanette and I to not only work on national park land, but we also have the availability to work on state park land since we do have this partnership in this area. So we're not only improving the national parks landscape, but we're working together to save Humboldt County and Delaware County as a whole. I grew up in the Sierra Nevadas, mainly Northern California. I've been coming to the Redwoods since I was very small though, and there's just something that's so majestic about these trees and about this ecosystem that's found nowhere else in the world. And it's my passion to bring access to people to see it and to preserve it because it's special and it's nowhere else in the world. And I was actually born out in Manila, in between Arcata and Eureka in Humboldt County. I was born and raised out there, had the opportunity to live at a couple of other places, but in the long run, this is always where my heart is. Humboldt County, as Jeanette said, is super unique. It's a gorgeous landscape. Once you get underneath the redwoods and you look up on a foggy day, there's nothing better than that. So it's where my heart and soul is.